What's up, chat? Welcome to the stream. Hi, everybody. What's up, Christopher Wright? Chuck, welcome everybody to the stream. Daming alam eh, no? Pak Silica bigla. Nah, I just wanna... I saw a very compelling argument for Pak Silica. Again, chat, it's the old... I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna admit that I'm Mr. Ultimate fence sitter right now when it comes to Pax Silica, because truly, okay, both arguments from both sides of the argument, I don't know what I'm saying, but you know what I mean. Nathan Portez? Who's Nathan Portez? No, not about Nathan Portez. Not about Nathan Portez. But let's take a look at this, okay? Lagi din natin to dito. Okay? Okay, but yeah, we'll take a look at it. I was listening to a podcast. Yun yung narinig kong podcast na nakita ko kung saan Pax Silica really has its potential. It's really a matter of ano yung net gain natin dito. Net gain or net loss. And can that net gain compensate whatever we're gonna be losing? Okay? So that's really where I'm at right now. And the honest truth here is that we're all afraid. That's why we care. Okay, so we'll explore that in a minute. But for now, let's wait for more people to come in. Iya, I am currently eating oatmeal with M&Ms. Oatmeal with M&Ms. That's true, Romeo. And then the government messed it up. Right? So it's very valid to say that the government can also mess this one up. Very, very valid. Okay? That's true. That's very useful advice to go by. Don't buy into potential or don't buy into an announcement. But of course, we don't really have much going here other than really the announcement and the potential for this mega investment. But yeah, again, we'll explore both sides. I'm aware that there are pros and cons. Truly what matters is that in the end, will there be a net gain? Is there going to be a net positive that won't cost us too much or too much that we can't reverse that anymore? Like, because even if you say that the net gain is billions of pesos, but if that means lives are lost, does that mean the billions of pesos are worth it? Right? If communities or families are displaced because of utility interruptions, electricity, water, pollution, is it gonna be worth it even if kumita ng hundreds of billions yung Philippines? Let's say walang kinurakot dun. Okay? Right? Let's say government ends up with 100 billion pesos net. Just throwing a number out there. At walang kinurakot dun. Is that worth it if lives are lost? Complicated question, right? So we'll explore all of that later. Okay, but for now, chat, I just want to eat my oatmeal and tell me about your day. How were your day so far? We haven't had a desktop stream for a while now. I think our last desktop was Monday. No, I am in the middle right now, June. I am in the middle right now. It sucks to be at the middle because I'm getting called out for it on TikTok right now. But for me, honestly, there are too many unknown variables. Yeah, hindi pa siya signed. November pa. November pa ang signing yata neto. Salamat, Baluga. How about you, June? Yeah, and plus, LJ, kung di ako nagkakamali, yung Bataan Nuclear Plant, sobrang padded nung expenses nung construction. As in, yung mismong pagpapatayo ng Bataan Nuclear Power Plant, Sobrang kinurakot din. Yo, what's up? Is over. Nice seeing you as always. Just eating my oatmeal with 300 calories worth of M&Ms because I have to catch up on calories today. Do I agree with Pac Silica? I don't know yet. I know both. I'm trying to educate myself with both sides. I'm trying to equip myself with as much knowledge as I can so I can make a better decision. Because the one thing that I am right now is I'm afraid. I'm afraid that if this goes bad, it can fuck us up. What does that mean, JR, to have diplomatic immunity? That's a good thing, right? That's a good thing if the PH government shot it down. If I understand it correctly. They are establishing Pac Silica. Okay, the video that I'm about to show you is very, very useful. It will answer your question, June. But one of the reasons why they're choosing to establish it in the Philippines, one is because we have natural resources that Pac Silica needs, and the other one is that well, yes, labor is cheap. The third one is the US is trying to strategize its locations among its allies in the entire world to displace China, because China right now is very strong with their AI, and it's almost as if that the war right now between the US and China is all about AI. So they really have to establish their AI dominance among their allies. That's why Pac Silica chose Philippines also. So yeah, that's the truth. Kaya aralin natin. We'll figure this out, chat. Kasi wala talaga tayong alam eh. Right now, everything. Well, I mean, like, we have to be real with ourselves. Kasi alam ko, June, kasi Clark, we have to be real with ourselves. Speculation lang lahat ng sinasabi natin. Okay? Whether we're for or against Pac Silica, lahat ng pinagsasabi natin speculation. Informed speculation. Okay, let me add that asterisk over there. Informed speculation. It's not like we're guessing and throwing darts in the dark. We're actually we're basing it on some things, right? We're basing it on historical data and accounts that, data centers do this to environments, but data centers also do this. So, yun yung kailangan natin alamin. Hindi yung puro fear-mongering lang, or we're just going to make it look like we're not getting anything out of this. Because we have to know. We have to know the correct answer here. And we won't know until we know more details about the deal, one. And two, if we have to educate ourselves as early as now para mas madali natin siyang makikilatis once lumabas yung details. We'll see it in a minute. Is over. What camera am I using? Rin, kung lumipat ka dito sa YouTube, live din ako dito, same username, I will give you the details. Planned by the government is not good enough, Rebun. It's not good enough, Rebun, to say that kasi plan siya ng government, okay na. In fact, that's one of the easiest things that the anti-Pac Silica folks can attack. Because, our government is very shitty. If it's planned by the government, well, it's essentially a shitty plan. Ang alamat ng camera. Well, how about you, chat? Where do you currently stand Where do you currently stand pagdating sa pack Silica? It's okay to say you're for or against, and it's okay to say you're neutral, even though that sucks to say. Where are you at? When it comes to this? And yes, I agree. Fact Silica dapat. Mixed feelings? Same. Yo, chat is over. W's in the chat for is over becoming a member. Hirap, no? Hirap to take a stand kasi atakihin ka sa TikTok eh. If you're for it, sa TikTok atakihin ka kaagad. Tatakutin ka into not thinking, into saying na obvious naman yung sagot eh. So, and people always shouting about how so okay lang masira yung yung environment. Parang bang if you take a stand, mali. Samantalang lahat naman tayo, we're working with the same information. In the benigning. Do you know that meme chat? In the benigning. What about RCSM chat? The fact that Pack Silica plans to be self-sustainable because they plan to build their own power supply or electricity needs, as well as they also plan to meticulously develop their water needs. What do you think about that? Because I think that's the number one argument against it. Yung magiging kulay tsokolate yung tubig ng mga surrounding communities. Now lang, Eya Papaya. Alright, chat. No judging. Because I'm about to eat my peyotes with a spoon. Signed na ba? Hindi pa. Hindi pa signed ni BBM. Okay, let's watch this bit. So just to give you an idea who these people are. 5:37. Okay, who are these people? This is Edmund Lee and hold on. Let me read the description. Pael. This is Pael and Edmund Lee. These Edmund Lee, to be specific, chat, is the son of the owner of COL Financial. This guy is one of the most respected figures in Philippine finance, and he very knowledgeable when it comes to research, fundamentals, and sentiment. Like he literally built a school that is very niche. You may have not you may have heard it, you may have not. It's called the Calum Institute of Trading. And basically, in this school where he literally built the foundations of that school, um, finance enthusiasts as well as aspiring stockbrokers go to that school and learn more about the ways of reading financial markets. So Edmund Lee, okay? Edmund Lee, again, chat, his credentials speak for him. Magaling na tao to. Pael, I don't know too much about. I've only heard of Pael through the podcast that they both built. But Pael is also, with the amount of podcasts that I've heard him speak on, Pael is also very knowledgeable about the finance world. Now, over here, in this particular podcast, which I listened to earlier today, 26 minutes long, but we're not gonna watch everything, they talk about Pac Silica as well. So I want us to watch that moment with Pac Silica. I think it's gonna be 3 minutes. 3 minutes yung segment ng Pac Silica. And I will eat my peatos while we all watch it together. Again, shout out to Edmund and Pael here. I've been listening to them since their first podcast. Edmund personally also, I was also able to be personally taught by Edmund when I went to the school that I mentioned earlier. This is called the Get Rich Podcast, which is funny kasi sabi ni Edmund, nung una nilang iniisip yung pangalan ng podcast nila, tunog scam daw yung podcast nila. Because who names a podcast Get Rich, right? Anyway, here it is. They talk about Pac Silica because they do talk about sauna. Okay, they talked about the sauna and aning highlights ng sauna. Of course, one of which is Pac Silica. Let's talk about it, chat.
Just a wait and see, guys. No, once we have more details about it, for sure we're gonna be covering it here in Market Movers.
This $40 to $7 billion Pac Silica, another controversial topic that's been heated up over the past few weeks, right? One of the biggest complaints is wala na nga kuryente, wala pang tubig.
Big.
Ubusin pa ng mga Amerikano. This Pac Silica, this 4,000 acre that's being held in the north, there's some numbers that were being thrown out: $40 to $7 billion, 6 trillion pesos in investments, etc., etc. It was highlighted again yesterday in Sona as to how big, numbers that were being thrown around was 180 billion in total revenues per year, approximately around 200,000 jobs for Filipinos. One of the concerns was it was going to use around 1,500 megawatts in electricity. I think the goal is also to build a 500 megawatt solar plant so that everything is directly self-sustained on the Pac Silica end. And
how much power?
Plant so that everything is in electricity. I think the turns was it was going to use around 1,500 megawatts. In electricity. I think the goal is also to build a 500 megawatt solar plant.
Wait, 1,500 megawatts yung kailangan ng Pac Silica. Pero 500 megawatts lang yung gagawin ng Pac Silica. And then that will make it self-sustaining. I want to know more. 1.5 megawatts? 1,500 megawatts. Yung kailangan ng Pac Silica. Pero yung gagawin na power plant ng Pac Silica is only 500 megawatts. So I'm curious to know where they're gonna get the 1,000. I'm not sure if that was if Edmund there misspoke or because saan manggagaling yung 1,000 if they plan this to be self-sustaining.
That everything is directly self-sustained on the Pac Silica end. And so one of the companies, well, actually, if you look at all the semicons in the Philippines listed in the PSEI, actually lahat nagrally. Ionics, IMI, Certec, SSP, I think across the board, you've seen a substantial rally happen. I think the largest and probably if ever there's going to be one of the largest beneficiaries, it's most likely going to be IMI. This is not just for cheap electronics, ladies and gentlemen. I think one of the key tenants that I've officially signed was Foxconn. Is this good? Is it bad? I think it's more about the Americans really trying to put in key alliances with key countries so that they can relieve the dependence on China. So if you look at Pac Silica and the number of countries involved, it's like Japan, Korea, Philippines. It's like surrounding China because they're trying to eliminate China from the supply chain and have it being done somewhere else. Are we really going to benefit? Just to share. I mean, people argue about Pogo, diba? Galit lahat ng tao sa Pogo. Pogo creates...
Okay, so Edmund is gonna segue here and create an analogy with Pogo. Now, I personally do not stand with Pogo, but the analogy Edmund here makes a lot of sense. So again, let's keep our minds open here because Edmund isn't just blindly saying shit. This guy knows that he's always being scrutinized, and so he's not just gonna say random stuff. Okay, that's one. The other is what I said
From
earlier.
the supply chain.
Yun. Like I mentioned earlier when asked, bakit sa Pilipinas? Well, apart from the labor, ayun nga, di ba? It's a China versus US thing pagdating sa AI. And it's not just the Philippines kung saan may pack silica. Let's go! Let's go! That's my cousin! Chat! So it's not just in the Philippines na may pack silica. They're also establishing it in Japan and South Korea because they want to, like Edmund said, surround China and eliminate them from the supply chain. Okay, so again, chat, keep an open mind because we're trying to find out with as much information as we can without the details yet or without the facts from the government's end kung ano ba yung ongoing deal nila, kung ano ba talaga yung pack silica and if we're really gonna benefit from it. Because anyway, let's keep watching.
And have it being done somewhere else. Are we really going to benefit? Just to share. I mean, people argue about Pogo, diba? Galit lahat ng tao sa Pogo. Pogo creates domestic spending, landlord leases, entertainment, tourism, etc., etc. I don't get the argument about why people are so much against it. I mean, people are saying because it led to maybe higher property prices or crime rate. But then again, you have to weigh the pros and cons. Honestly, like, I don't have the official figures, so I don't want to be defending Pogo. That's not my job here. I'm just saying that in parallel to this is also Pax Silica.
Yes. Yeah.
We also understand there's going to be negative consequences. Maybe it's going to be happening into higher inflation in Clark, Subic, etc., etc. But the point being is it's also generating huge amounts of economic growth in that area. And we never know, right? So I think it's very important to weigh the pros and cons on that end, even with regards to Pax Silica.
Beautiful said, Edmund.
One of the key highlights also for this sauna was that they're going to be targeting 1.1 low-cost homes built.
Okay, so you heard it, right? You heard it. The reason why Edmund is the reason why it's worth listening to what Edmund has to say is because this guy eliminates a lot of noise and just looks at the signal. What I mean by that, chat, is hindi niya pinapansin masyado kung ano yung it's not an ethical dilemma. Like for him, he tries to remove ethics from it, the morality from it, and that's not always a good thing. But with the kind of lens that he's wearing, a financial guy, he truly has to look at the numbers and how it can help benefit the Philippines in that way. So as far as that is concerned, okay? So iba pa ang morality, iba pa yung ethics ng pagpapatayo ng Pax Silica dito sa Philippines. Iba pa yun. Financially, what Edmund is trying to say here is that we truly have to weigh it out because it seems as though the Philippines is to benefit from the amount of economic growth that Pax Silica will be able to give to the country. So yeah, that's one. Now, interestingly enough, don't worry, chat. I am very much aware that this is also a thing. Iba ang financial, iba ang environmental impacts, iba ang economic impact. I mean, economic, financial, more or less the same. But again, when I showed you that clip on Edmund, it only covers that economic, financial side of things. There's also this, right? There's also this meme speaks volumes. It's not just about the government being shady with their shit, right? Na kapag ang pangkaraniwang mamamayan humingi ng tubig, walang magagawa yung government. Pero kapag yung Pax Silica yung humingi ng tubig, at your service, my queen. It's not just that. It's the fact that it pokes fun at the government for not being for the people in that way and being shady and inefficient. But it also highlights how to begin with. Hirap na nga tayo sa tubig natin, 'di ba? Hirap na rin tayo sa kuryente natin. We can't even supply kulang yung supply ng Luzon grid to sustain Luzon. And yet we're gonna have Pax Silica right at the heart of it, essentially, right? Because Clark is very close to Metro Manila, relatively speaking. So yes, I'm aware that environmentally there are also there are negative impacts. Okay, yeah, that's true. That's true. Livelihood. I'm not sure about how Pac Silica is gonna destroy livelihood, because it's gonna create again in the video here potentially 200,000 jobs. 200,000 jobs is a lot. um, I mean, it sounds like it's a lot, but I want to know, relatively speaking, how many how many how many how much of the Philippines in millions is employed? I mean, this is free chat GPT, so we'll take the data here with a little grain of salt. 49.6 million. So unemployed, actively looking, 250. Total labor force, 52. So let's say it's 49.6 million, right? What's a 200K divided by 14? 200,000 divided by 49.6. 49,600,000. 0.4%. It's gonna create 0.4% of jobs. It doesn't sound like it's a lot, but 200,000 is 200,000. Okay? And then lumabas din to. Earlier today, yeah, that's true. Shadowblade, we haven't even touched up on that. Ownership, proper governance. Is there gonna be knowledge transfer? Are we are Americans actually going to allow us to make use of the technological gains and the advancements that they discover or they use for our own personal use as a nation? Right? Or is it just going to be purely business, gate-kept, NDAs left and right, and wala tayong malalaman about it? Like, is it actually going to benefit us beyond the 99 years that I think the government and Pac Silica are going to work together for? Those are questions that remain unanswered because we don't have the details. But those are all very valid concerns. Right? 200 gay, not just 200 gay families, but yeah, that you're right, 200 gay families. Which means 200 gay jobs, and let's say a family of 800,000 people, 800,000 people being fed. I don't know, but 200 gay, right? It's going to be in Clark, Shadowblade. Oh, dang. Okay, so today, I wish I was able to talk about it, because okay, so today may lumabas na video na to. I was just informed of this video right when the stream started. Currently, this video with 33,000 likes. I feel like this video is already in the millions. There you go, in the millions. 2 million views. Facts Silica. Well, and if I'm not mistaken, this guy is for Pac Silica. Okay? Let's see. Let's see what this guy has to say. Nathan Portez, nabanggit lang to kanina ni JR. I feel like we're gonna learn something else here. Or, I don't know. Let's see.
Sorry na po agad. I'm actually pro Pac Silica. But, I'm not pro signing a blank check. Few days ago, almost ready na ako to be against it. Hindi dahil sa naintindihan ko na siya, but because people I trusted were against it. And that scared me like, oh! Na-realize kong muntik na akong mag-post ng isang opinyong hiniram ko lang naman. Computer science undergrad student nga po pala ako sa Lasal, who doesn't go to class as much as I should. Pasensya na agad. Sci-High graduate din ako who competed in National Environmental Quiz Bees. So, I think may karapatan naman siguro ako na mas stress dito. Whatever, dude. None of that makes me an expert. So, re-research ko talaga both sides. Then, sabi ni Robin, teka, basahin ko na lang. Sabi ni Google, Pac Silica is a US-led partnership around computer chips, AI infrastructure, critical minerals, and advanced manufacturing with a proposed industrial hub in New Clark City. Ayan. Tapos, nag-join ng Pilipinas nitong April. On the other note, the detailed framework is still being negotiated. So, premature sabihin na panalo na tayo, pero premature din sabihin na nabenta na ang Pilipinas.
There you fucking go, chat. That's what I've been trying to say. Well, let's see.
Pinas. Why am I leaning yes? Nasaan ba ang yes? Okay. Halos 2 milyong Pilipino ang nagtatrabaho sa BPO and other services for companies abroad. Ina-estimate nga ng International Labor Organization na 12.7 million Philippine jobs contain tasks na pwedeng i-transform ng generative AI. That does not mean na mawawala silang lahat. Hindi naman rescue plan ng Silica for BPO workers, pero makakatulong itong i-diversify ang ating economy before AI changes the game even more. Patuloy lang nagagawa ang mundo ng chips, automation, and AI, whether handa tayo o hindi. So, will Filipinos help build the technology or remain cheap labor para sa teknolohiya na pagmamayari naman ng iba? That is the opportunity. Pero poverty is not permission to place the cost of industrialization sa mga komunidad with the least power to resist it. Nagiiwan ng industrialization ng environmental footprint. Pero yung concept na pollute first, clean up later, it's not a development strategy. Hindi basta-basta maayos ng if ever ng future GDP ang wasak na watershed or an indigenous community.
Hey, nabanggit din natin yun kanina. Right? Nabanggit din natin yun kanina as one of the things that we have to be concerned with. Yeah, so even if numbers or speaking about how much money we're gonna gain from this, let's say 100 billion pesos clean, that's about 1.6 billion dollars clean. Actually, we have the real numbers here. 180 billion pesos in total revenues per year. Let's say, chat, sobrang bait ng gobyerno natin, no? Sobrang galing nila and wala silang kinurakot sa 180 billion na kikitain natin per year for the next 99 years. Is it gonna be worth it? Kapag wala nang natirang puno or sira na lahat ng sira na yung environment, that's a valid concern that we really have to weigh out. And I think na-bring up ulit ng creator na to. That's true. What benefit will economic what benefit will economic growth give us if warak na yung environment natin, right? Hindi na mababalik yun. Lives displaced or communities, families forced out of their places, because let's not forget, another valid opinion here is magge-gentrify yung Clark. What do I mean by this? Clark, Pampanga, magge-gentrify yun. Ibig sabihin, dahil tataas yung mga income ng mga kumikitang tao dun, yung mga taong hindi nagtratrabaho sa Silica at hindi kumikita ng kasing laki ng mga taong nasa Silica, they will be displaced. Kasi magmamahal ang bilihin dun eh. Naturally, there will be inflation there, real estate property tataas, magge-gentrify yung lugar. That's what gentrification means. Nagmamahal yung lugar or nagmamahal yung cost of living dun because of Silica's presence. So that's also another thing to consider. Okay? But again, we have to be aware of the negatives as much as the positives. And then weigh it all out in the end. Let's keep watching the video.
Separated from its land and livelihood. Sinasabi nga ng BCDA na no indigenous community will be displaced. Pero ang mga environmental groups, ang mga scientists, farm workers at mga AITA representatives, they dispute that displacement is not only nawalan ka ng bahay o nawalan ka ng tirahan. It can mean losing farms, mga ilog, burial grounds at mga sistemang dumidepende sa komunidad doon. So, publish the exact parcel map, recognize unresolved ancestral claims, and secure genuine consultation.
It's hard to get mad at this guy when he has hearts coming out of his head, chat.
And consent, whether the law requires it. The same applies sa tubig. In-estimate ng BCDA na the hub may require 65 to 90 million liters kada araw, and says its planned system can cover that demand daw. Fine. Then i-publish ang independent study.
There you freaking go, chat. This guy, I like this guy.
At sabihin who gets priority during a drought. So,
I didn't even think of that. Who gets priority during a drought? Oh my God. Oo nga naman. Kasi isa yun sa scary problems that are real. right? And we do experience droughts. We do experience drying out of our dams lately, especially so. So who will be prioritized in that case, diba? This guy is asking the right questions.
3 tests are simple. Una, what capabilities ang magsistay sa mga Pilipino? Not just assembly jobs, pero nandiyan ang engineering, nandiyan ang research, reskilling, ownership, tapos yung totoong technology transfer.
Reskilling, technology transfer. These are my personal top concerns. Na tipong talaga bang gagamitin lang tayo for labor? Or are they actually gonna teach us something that we could use down the line?
Pangalawa, sino ang magre-receive ng benefit and sino ang magdadala ng cost? No community should subsidize foreign profit gamit ang lupa, tubig, livelihood o ang future nito. Pangatlo, does Philippine law remain supreme?
Yeah, I think sinasabi yata ni JR kanina that Pac Silica is asking for diplomatic immunity. Tama ba? And the Philippines was like, nope. Philippine law will remain supreme over you guys. Ito ba yun? Ito ba yung concern kanina, JR? That makes sense. Tough enough. Na, you know, if you have Pac Silica here, the US will be like, up. We gotta protect our chips, baby. What he said, Royce has brought up na, well, personally speaking, I didn't think about the drought. But it's, of course, now that it's mentioned, it does seem pretty obvious. But, you know, I just personally did not think about that.
So, when I asked that, no diplomatic immunity.
But we're rich with nickel and copper, I think. Philippines has a lot of nickel and copper. So, magagamit yun, Shadowblade.
No separate foreign legal system, no zone beyond our courts and regulators. Sabi nga ng BCDA's president, the Philippines rejected the reported US request for diplomatic immunity. Good ka dyan. Pero dapat manatili ang ganyan.
Yeah, I like this guy. Good ka dyan. Pero dapat manatili yan. Yeah, because it's not enough that nireject natin siya ngayon and then down the line, mag-creep up bigla na parang paisa-isa muna na, you know, the Pac Silica is getting away with some shit and the next thing you know, they have total immunity na. So yeah, I get it, man. I get it.
Makakatulong ang Pac Silica para sa mga Pilipino to learn more, to own more, to create more and earn more habang pinoprotektahan ang mga komunidad and ecosystems, then yes. Pero if Filipinos provide the land, water, the minerals risk, tapos yung cheap labor habang ang mga ibang bansa ang makakip ng technology and profit, then no, bakit?
Yo! Ang random nung emotes niya, chat. Why do I feel like I've seen those emotes before? Yo, I dig this dude, man.
My yes belongs to the opportunity. The final deal still has to earn it. And I'm open to being corrected po ha. Like bring documents, data, and the voices of affected communities. Let's disagree.
Good take by Tofnuff. That's the problem. We don't process our own whatever we mine. So if they were processed here, tas in-export natin yun, oh shit, baby. Sobrang sarap ng pera na ganun.
Cleanly and argue about the evidence. Kaya magbago ng posisyon ko when the evidence changes.
See? That's what we should all be on, chat. Did you hear what he said? It's okay to have an opinion and it's okay to change your opinion when new evidence is presented. Tayo kasi parang kapag may opinion tayo, tas kapag napakitaan tayo ng bagong evidence, hindi, tama pa rin yung opinion ko. Bro. Right? That's our, like, sakit natin yan. Na sobrang ma-pride natin na hindi natin kaya mag-iba ng opinion kahit na yung evidence is screaming at our faces already. It's pride, man.
And dapat yung sa inyo rin kung ganun pa man. So, then yung mga sources nasa pin comment naman. Facts. Basahin nyo tapos balikan nyo ako. Whatever, dude. Okay.
And then this guy just comments with just Kobe. Is that right? This person just comments Diyos ko be? The fuck? As in, huh? Huh? Like this guy just presented in a way that recognizes and acknowledges both positives and negatives. In fact, this guy is even more anti than I am. I'm super on the fence, right? Like, you could crucify me for that, for being Mr. On the fence here. But this guy literally says, yeah, okay tong positive na to. Pero, kung ganito yung gawin nila, tapos gaganon siya, di ba? And then, ito lang yung i-comment. Ito lang yung i-comment ng taong to. Bro, come on. And then it gets 400 likes? Bruh. That's crap, man. Na parang this guy just in a very in meme format, easy to digest, social media short video content, explained both sides, and then this is all he gets? Diyos ko be? This guy even dropped receipts, bruh. Ay, nako. Like, again, there are positives, and we should look forward to those positives, because if we keep our eyes closed and don't weigh this out properly, chat, we could miss this window. We've missed so many windows of opportunity already when it comes to industrialization. Alam niyo ba, hanggang ngayon, ang binebenta pa rin natin, pansit canton tsaka prutas. Ini-import na nga natin yung prutas natin eh. But up until now, we're just doing consumer goods, chat. And the problem with consumer goods is that the margins are not very good. To produce more profit or to produce more revenue, you have the tataas din yung cost of goods to produce those. But when it comes to industrialization, leveraging the business leverage for profits is way better compared to what we're doing now na hanggang consumer goods lang tayo. Again, Pansit Canton, Jollibee, no, I'm kidding, I don't know. But you know what I mean? This is our chance. Kailangan lang talaga natin kilatisin to. Let's not say no nang wala pa tayong alam. We don't have evidence. We don't have we don't have accurate information yet. It's good to be speculative, but it's even better to be informed speculative. Okay? And weigh out both sides. Alamin natin lahat, yung potential for good, yan potential for bad. And then let's not say na, hindi, automatic bad to. Mag-outweigh na kaagad yung risks. Wala pa nga tayong alam eh. Ina-iron out pa lang nila yung details. So we're getting bits and pieces of this at a time. Let's be patient para makabuo tayo ng maayos na opinion. Hindi yung magwa-wild tayo kaagad na, no. Or wala naman yata sigurong yes, pero ang dami masyadong no na parang bang we're not even giving this a chance. Right? It's good if it happens. It's good if the deal is nice. It's good if, we get a short list of things that get checked. But it's also bad if hindi natin makuha yun. So we wait for more information. Okay? Yes, it's good to that's a very fair point. Yung ang dami sa atin nagsasabi, 'di ba? Yung gobyerno nga natin di maasahan. Anong tingin niyo, gagawin nila 'to ng maayos? Yes, that's fair to say. But that's also being speculative. We're not working with the facts yet. Okay? Wala pa tayong access dun eh. Hindi pa tayo makakagawa ng maayos na, like, sayang naman yung energy natin. Because we care about this so much. Let's put that energy into good use. Hindi yung, naysayers for the sake of saying no, fear-mongering because we want others to be on our side. It ain't it. It's not giving. Okay? It's not giving talaga kapag ganun. But here's the sad truth. I don't think we're gonna get a fair deal. That's it, chat. Like, to be completely honest with you, I don't think we're gonna get a fair deal because we don't have the leverage for it. Much as we can say that it's our land, it's our resources, strategic location Philippines, etc., etc., America has the upper hand. So what we want to strive for is as best of a deal as possible, but I don't think it's gonna be fair. What? He says sorry for this? He says sorry for this? No. Let's see.
Nagkamali ako sa unang video. Sinabi kong I'm pro-pack Silica kahit mas conditional at mas unsettled pa yung actual position ko.
Alright, let's watch this. Let's watch this.
And after reviewing the evidence, corrections, legal arguments, technical knowledge, and syempre yung lived experiences na you shared, malinaw na yung position ko ngayon. Sa ngayon, no ako sa pagpirma ng binding pack Silica framework. Hindi habang hindi public yung complete terms, hindi habang wala pang independent studies sa land, sa tubig, sa energy, sa agriculture and environmental impact. Hindi habang unresolved ang consent and rights of affected communities at hindi habang wala pang enforceable commitments showing kung sino ang makikinabang, anong capability ang mananatili sa bansa at sino ang mananagot kapag may pinsala. When I posted the first video about Pack Silica, genuinely leaning yes ako sa opportunity.
So he's not really no. He's sneakily on the fence because it's a no until we get clarity. I see what you're doing here, Nathan. I see what you're trying to do. It's no until we get more clarity. Okay, fine. That's fair. Earlier I was saying that ano siya, on the fence, leaning towards yes pero conditional. Ngayon, no, pero I see what you're trying to do with your no.
Opportunity behind it. Nakita ko yung possibility of higher value industries, stronger Filipino technological capability, and yung mga trabaho, yung mga jobs that could mean food, medicine, edukasyon, and a more stable life for Filipino families. Kaya hindi ko minamaliit kung bakit may makakita rito ng tunay na opportunity. Hindi fake yung lean ko, pero hindi rin siya kasing settled ng
I miss the hearts on his head.
ipinahiwatig ng opening. Ginawa kong mas categorical at mas matapang yung I'm pro-pack Silica kaysa sa actual certainty ng position ko kasi alam kong mas papansinin yon ng publiko. That framing overstated how settled my conclusion really was. Hindi kasalanan ng viewers for taking the words I'm pro seriously, and I'm sorry. Not simply because people became angry, but because land, water, livelihoods, and communities are too consequential for the hook to sound more certain than the position behind.
Bro, he got bullied. I know. I feel like he says that it's not because of the public outrage, but he had such a compelling argument and he's backtracking. He did say he's a student, right? Bro. Okay, I mean, like, I respect it because he's changing his opinion, but man, I feel bad nag-backtrack siya. Sobrang compelling nung pag-layout niya ng arguments niya. I like that it's conditional, but I feel like I also understand kung ba't nag-iba yung take niya ngayon, saying that masyadong consequential to be yes right now. So, it's no with conditions instead of yes with conditions. I see it. It's a matter of framing siguro. Because if you're no with conditions, it means that the conditions matter a lot. A lot more than if you said yes with conditions. Because parang mas mas pwede kang bula-bulahin di ba? Mas madali kang ma-convince if you're yes with conditions versus no with conditions. So I guess it's framing as well. Is what Nathan is trying to do here. But I feel bad kasi ganun pa rin naman yung sagot niya eh. It's still conditional. Yun lang, gusto niya lang i-clarify na no conditionally yung stand niya kasi masyado talaga maraming maapektuhan.
May kailangan din akong itama directly. Sa first video, tinanong ko, tutulong ba tayong gumawa ng technology or mananatili tayong cheap labor? Parang mali yung binary na yun. Pwedeng magkaroon ng high-tech facilities dito habang cheap labor pa rin ang
I didn't even spot that error. Mali raw yung binary na yun.
Cheap labor pa rin ang malaking bahagi ng role ng Filipinos. Pwedeng pareho sabay, and opportunity is not the same as proven public benefit. Maraming perspectives yung nagpabago sa paraan ko ng pagsusuri ng proposal. Una, walang saysay ang conditional support kung wala namang tunay na point where the country and affected communities can still say no. Pangalawa, hindi sapat na nakasulat sa batas ang safeguards. Kailangang mapatunayang kaya silang ipatupad.
Damn, bro, he backpedaled hard. Ang ganda na nung sinabi niya, but now it's super safe. Ang ganda nung sinabi niya, 'di ba? Ano yung sinabi niya kanina? Ang ganda na sinabi natin walang diplomatic immunity ang Pax Silica. Pero dapat manatili yun. Good! At dapat manatili yun. Ang ganda na ng pagkakasabi niya eh. Ngayon, it's leaning towards public sentiment na, okay, kaya ba ng gobyerno natin gawin to? Tingnan natin. Bro, the previous video was so good. I'm not sure if natakot siya mawalan ng followers or na-intimidate siya ng comments because fuck, it was good. It was really good, chat. Kasi, nililayout niya both sides. I mean, look at it this way. He's still laying out, if you listen carefully, he's still laying out both sides. Okay? Except that he's favoring public sentiment and not going against the wave. It's still the same. Iba lang yung pagkakasabi ng lahat ng sinasabi niya ngayon. It's still conditional. It still depends on whether or not it's gonna be an advantageous deal for the Philippines. Except the way na finiframe niya is to appease the angry mob. What the hell?
At kahit laban sa project na itinuturing na strategically important. Pangatlo, hindi lang yung mga bahay inside the project boundary ang maaaring maapektuhan. Siyempre kasama dyan yung mga farmers, irrigation users, yung mga downstream communities, livelihoods, and ancestral relations.
Again, chat, if you listen closely, walang pinagkaiba sa video kanina. Now but okay, to be fair, this should have been the video anyway. Itong video na pinost niya should have been the only video that he posted because generally, when you want to convince people to be on your side, you don't go by attacking their arguments. You go by supporting their arguments and then adding your own opinion on it. Kanina kasi medyo paatake siya, 'di ba? Paatake yung arguments niya. Ngayon it's medyo I'm acknowledging what you're saying at importante 'yun. Kaya sana mapatunayan natin 'yun. Sana magawa ng gobyerno yung trabaho nila. Flip that. Flip that and it's going to be the previous video. Man, na-pressure siyang ibahin yung to. But anyway, I agree. Because ano naman yung point if paatake tayo, diba? Are we gonna convince people or are we just gonna get people mad? We're just gonna get people mad. If paatake yung arguments mo, and this is a very hot topic, everyone's just gonna get mad at you. Nobody's gonna believe you because you're attacking. But like the reason why I say na dapat ito na lang yung video na nilabas niya because he's essentially saying the same thing, conditional, except this time, ina-acknowledge niya yung public outcry in a more affirming way. Like, listen closely. It's the exact same thing, just framed differently. So, I applaud Nathan for doing this because it's not easy to handle a mob like this.
Relationships with the land. Pang-apat, projected jobs and the label high-tech do not automatically mean Filipino ownership, research capability, technology transfer, or yung long-term control. At pang-lima, hindi automatically sa ordinaryong Pilipino ang Filipino-led. Kaya ang tanong ay, sino ang may control? Sino ang nakikinabang? Ano ang capability na mananatili sa bansa? At sino ang magbabayad ng social and environmental cost? Yung detailed record of what changed and the questions that still need answers nasa pinned comments lang. And ayun, grateful ako sa mga nag-correct sa akin. Some clarified concerns I already.
Oh, I like this dude. He's smart. He's smart, and he knows to appease the comment section. He knows how to be thankful for criticism, because you could have easily just gotten madder.
He had some exposed things I missed, and some genuinely changed my
Yeah.
position. I do not plan to turn Silica into an ongoing content series. After this update, babalik ako sa usual work and content that I create. Pero may isang commitment akong pananatilihin. Once enough of the official framework and its actual terms become public
Yes.
for meaningful scrutiny, babalikan ko ito once. Not to defend my first video, not to guarantee a yes, and not to force a permanent no.
Double
Before
use for
seeing
this
the actual
guy.
agreement, the conclusion should follow the actual terms. Pero based sa impormasyong available ngayon, no ako sa pagpirma. Hanggat hindi public ang terms,
Is the same freaking thing. No ako sa pagpirma hanggang hindi public ang terms. Has no difference with yes ako, pero tingnan natin yung terms muna. Walang pinagkaiba. It's the framing. It's a different emotional experience when you listen to how those words were written.
independent ang studies, meaningful ang consent, and enforceable ang protection ng communities, ancestral lands, agriculture, water, environment, and syempre Philippine interests, walang dapat pirmahan. The burden of proof belongs to the government and the proponents, not to the communities being asked to carry the risk.
This guy is hella smart. Let's repost that as well. So I'm confused, Romeo. So you're no whether or not it's a good deal. Like whether or not they show us that it's gonna be a good deal, you're a no. Solid. Galing, galing, galing. I've never heard of this creator, probably because he's a student. He's a student and probably not part of his market. But he's hella smart, that's for sure. He knows how to weigh out arguments. He knows how to construct his thoughts properly. It's a branding lesson in short. Yeah. Again, look closely. They're the exact same video, man. It's just difference in the way things were worded. In this one, I mean, to be more specific, chat, in the first video, pinapakita niya the benefits to saying yes. Sa second video, pinapakita niya the risks if we said yes. That's all that it is. Again, video number 1, the benefits of saying yes. Video number 2, the risks of saying yes. But essentially, these two videos have no difference. He says he's yes here, he says he's no here, but it's the same thing, man. Anyway, I like it. More power to this guy. I feel like there was too much hate in the first video, and in the second video, much as he wanted to redeem himself, I think the hate from the first video transferred to the second video without people really realizing that he said the exact same thing, just said the inverse of it, you know, if that makes sense. Yeah, I agree. I agree we have huge distrust with the government talaga. But hey, man, is this opportunity still gonna be here? Okay, how about this? Did we ever think about the fact that if we get this deal down and it's proper, we may not have a good government now, but what if we elect good government leaders next term? Right? Like we're thinking so short term, I feel. Like we're only thinking about now. We're not thinking about the next 99 years. Like, I mean, I'm not literally asking us to think about the next 99 years. All I'm saying is we're so concerned with the now, we're forgetting how we should also be factoring in potential benefits and advantages. Yeah. Okay, June here has a very interesting thing. Sabi ni June, since high-level discussion ito with the government, covered ng executive privilege ang negotiations, only the final agreement will be made public. That's fucked, man. Because if that's the case, by November ang pirmahan eh. And if, I mean, that's what I know. November ang pirmahan. If we don't hear anything by November, and that by November na-sign na lang bigla, then yeah, we're screwed. Yeah. Yeah. I get the point. Given our political history. That's a risk. That's a risk. I'll definitely put that up there, but I'm not gonna say no. Just yet. Just yet, chat. That's a valid concern as well. There again, 'di ba? Ang dami nating concern, pero wala tayong nakukuhang sagot. It's all speculation still at this point. Not yet a no, not yet a yes. Is it a cowardly stand? Is it a cowardly stance to be on the fence? I don't think so. Buti sana kung presented na with facts or evidence, pero wala eh. And until that happens, I'll keep trying my best to educate myself on the potential for it to go either way. Okay? Why are we even discussing the pros of this when the environmental and community effects are more? Do we have the fine print on that already, Josh? Do we have the fine print? Do we have the details on that? Right. So we don't yet, right? So because we don't, it's still up for discussion. Like, it's a good discussion to have. And let's keep the same energy. Ayun nga eh. What Marian also mentioned is pretty valid if you think about it. Ayun lang, we do need safeguards pa rin, Marion. Is what I would think. We do need safeguards because it has to be regulated. Okay? Shall we move on, chat? That was a good first hour, I would say. Am I live? No, I'm live on YouTube. It's not enough to say no to things we don't have confirmation on yet. Does that make sense? Wala pa tayong evidence. We don't know what safeguards are going to be taken or safety measures. We don't know whether communities will be protected. We don't know what the government has yet. And so for some, it's enough to hear na, government pala yung magpaplano neto. Okay, X ka agad. Fine. Right? Fine. You can have that take because if you have huge distrust for the government, then chances are you're not gonna trust anything that they do anytime soon. And that's valid kasi wala, may distrust ka talaga sa government and, our government doesn't have a good track record either. So yeah, it's valid na as early as now mag-no. But I want to wait for more information so that we could better weigh out the pros and the cons. Okay? Alright, we gotta move on, chat. We gotta move on. Let's talk about something else. Okay. This one has a lot of upvotes on Reddit. Ang title nito, bumili ka ng sarili mong sasakyan. Sigaw ng isang in-drive. This is crazy. Let's check this out. Huh? Bumili ka ng sarili mong sasakyan. Okay, what's the story behind this? Ibinaba ako ng in-drive after kong tanungin kung bakit ginagawang arrived yung status nila kahit malayo pa sila. Sabi niya, nandun lang siya sa kabila. He added, bakit? Ano bang problema kung ina-arrive? Hindi ba may penalty to? I asked. He answered, wala, which I confirmed online. 5-minute wait rule, drivers must wait at least 5 minutes after arriving and tapping I'm here. If the passenger fails to show up after 5 minutes, the driver can cancel as passenger didn't show up to reclaim their platform service fee. I raised this to him, which he resorted to cancellation of the ride. Upon leaving, the in-drive driver uttered me these words. Hindi ito permission for in-drive drivers to act like that. I know you can do better. So basically, for those who did not understand that properly, maagang nag-arrived yung driver. And kahit malayo pa yung driver, nag-arrived na siya. And so now, tumatakbo na yung 5 minutes nung passenger or else pwede nang i-cancel nung rider yung ride. Driver nung ride. Pwede na i-cancel nung driver yung ride. I'm not one to say, chat, because in my experience, there are bad apples on all the platforms, I would say. At this point, I feel like they're all even. Okay? They're all even. There are bad apples across all the platforms. And it's because all of these platforms already have a lot of drivers in their driver pool and make that pool big enough, and you are gonna get some shitty drivers. Like, of course, early days ng mga brands na to. Early days ng Grab, early days ng InDrive, early days ng Green GSM, ng Joyride Car, ng Angkar or Angkas Cars. Early days nun, I'm pretty sure service was stellar. And then as, again, the pool of drivers grow, dadami yung bad apples, and it's gonna be an experience that isn't going to be satisfactory for sure. I'm not gonna name drop, chat. My scariest ride ever. I'm not gonna name drop the brand of the platform, pero sobrang legit to, and I shit you not. And I'll try my best to reenact it. So dumating na yung driver, di ba? Nang pumapasok ako nung sinilip ko yung driver, chat, ganito yung itsura ng driver. Like, I was looking at him from the back, like, from the outside. Ganito, akala ko inaantok siya kasi ganito yung itsura niya. Ganun. So, pasok ako. Sabi ko, good afternoon, Carlos po. Okay, di ba? And then, nag-drive siya. And in my area, there is a driveway para makalabas ng main road. Chat, hinarurot niya yung kotse. Sobrang bilis. And then hindi naman siya nag-sudden brake, pero alam mo yung hard pa rin yung brake. So, nakakatakot kasi nag-accelerate talaga yung kotse. Okay, so fine, whatever. Now, we get to the stoplight, and then he does that shit again, chat. Ganun siya. Feeling ko good time eh. Good shit, di ba? Ganun siya. And then, natakot na talaga ako when after nung pagka-green, hinarurot niya ulit yung kotse. And then I think we were about to hit a Starex. and binrake niya yung car. Damn, sobrang scary experience nun. And I've never really believed drivers being under the influence until I saw this guy. And it's legit, chat. This guy was having a party. Yeah, sometimes weird ng mga trip talaga eh. That's why it's hard to say na, hindi, basta in-drive ganito, basta Grab ganito, basta Green GSM ganito. It's all different. And yeah, of course, I gave that driver, if I could give that driver a 0-star rating, I would have. Gave it a 1 and then immediately contacted customer service, left them a message saying na I think the guy is high on drugs. Gago, natatawa yung driver. Yo, a driver with Tourette's. By the way, to clarify, in case you're not familiar with Tourette syndrome, it's when people with Tourette syndrome are afflicted with tics, meaning to say uncontrollable and involuntary actions or speech. And sometimes the speech is funny, sometimes the speech is random, but it's random no less and involuntary. Wala silang control dun. But what people might not know is that individuals afflicted with Tourette's have regular levels of intelligence. As in, hindi sila below average and they're not necessarily above average, but they have normal intelligence. Okay, so they fall in IQ, they fall, they will fall wherever the average is, right? But yeah, they do say some funny shit sometimes. Tourette's. I don't know why they sometimes curse when it comes to Tourette's. Some Tourette TikToker explained it already, but what I do remember from reading about Tourette's is that key fact that they have regular intelligence. It's just that they have involuntary actions also. Pero hindi sila they don't have learning deficiencies. They don't have learning disabilities either. They literally just have involuntary speech and action. But they're otherwise normal people. No, the company never responded to my report. Yo, I've never swerte ko lang siguro that I've never witnessed a truck driver driving that way, JR. I have no idea. I can't do documentary. I'm not smart enough. Speaking of documentary though, meron tayong content on Kara. Kara commenting on Ivana. Report mo yan, wag i-tolerate. How would you handle situations like this, chat? What would you do? I'm curious. What would you do? How will you handle a driver who behaves in this way? Kasi may mga kilala akong palaban eh. I know people na babawian nila yung driver, as in makikipag-rat-rat do, as in they're gonna go play by play with the driver. Kung ano yung sasabihin, kung ano yung energy na ibibigay ng driver, yun din yung ibibigay nila. I mean, of course, get their plate number and report. I will pray to God and continue living my best life. Sigaw ka nila kaya, pangit! Pangit! Like, as they go. I feel like shouting pangit to anybody is not only random, but will catch anyone off guard. Because whether you're an attractive person or not, if sinigawan mo ng pangit yung isang tao, as in that person, whether that person is attractive or not, if sinigawan mo sila ng pangit, they will question that part of themselves. Sobrang random eh, no? Ano yung sabi ng in-drive driver dito? Bumili ka ng sarili mong sasakyan. Pangit! Right? Like I feel like they can't get mad at that either. Right? Because why will you get mad if somebody calls you pangit? It means totoo. Di ba? Wala kang choice eh. So yeah, how would you handle this kind of Saan yan? I have no idea. Hindi sinabi ng OP. Ipakontak kay JB Suarez. Pangit! He's gonna do better. He's not gonna do better. Yan na yan. Report mo, sure ako. Pinagtatawanan ka na yan sa FB group nila. Yeah, Chad. Pangit na. Like, we need less of these drivers because not only are they not giving good customer service, but chances are they may not be good drivers either. Because who you are reflects on how you drive on the road, baby. That's a fact. Like, more like who you are as a person reflects in your style of driving. Okay? Okay, play the video one more time para sa mga latecomers. Alright, latecomers, I wanna invite you. Lipat kayo dito sa YouTube. Username ko si Benipayo. Okay, live din tayo dito. Bigger screen, better view for everybody. But I'll replay this one last time before we move on to the next topic. Bumili ka ng sarili mong sasakyan, sabi nung driver. This is the part where I yell pangit. Kasi napalayo na siya, di na siya pwedeng bumalik, di niya na ako nakikita, dito na ako sisigaw, pangit! That's the worst! If you shout pangit, tas ang daming tumingin, oh no! Oh no! Pangit! Okay. Alex Eala chat. W's in the chat for our national hero here. I don't know what the background of this post-game interview is, but I wanna search for it. But basically, tanong ng interviewer, curious minds want to know what is it like to be this popular everywhere in the world, even here in Washington. And then sabi niya, no, I think the question should be rephrased. What's it like to be Filipino? I don't get it. I don't understand. Bakit niya ni rephrase here? Because I mean, clearly Alex just doesn't want to talk about popularity and fame. Kumbaga, Alex is being humble about it. And that part I get. Because of course, that's how Alex sees herself. She wants to bring everybody with her sa pag-angat niya. But why rephrase it to what's it like to be Filipino? Is it because she feels like being a Filipino is part of why she's popular? Or what is it like to be a Filipino and be this popular? Okay, sent out some memes. All right, let's watch it. Thank you for sending this one in.
Eala, first of all, congratulations. Your first win here in Washington. Curious minds want to know, what is it like to be this popular everywhere around the world, even here in Washington?
No, I think the question should be rephrased. It's what it's like to be Filipino.
Baka yun, she's proud lang. Siguro, I mean, I think it's a little underrated or underestimated for people to... It's underestimated the skill. Let me rephrase everything. The skill of answering a post-game interview after you've just given your entire self physically is underestimated. Because chat, try this is not an original thought, but try doing 20 jumping jacks and then answer a question that is abstract. It's very difficult. So I understand why sometimes nagkaka-brain fart yung mga ibang athletes when they answer these questions post-game. But at the same time, I feel like yun yung gusto sabihin ni Alex na parang, it feels good to be Filipino right now. That's what's more important to me. Popularity is only the side effect. What is it like to be Filipino and being recognized as Filipino? I think yun yung gusto niyang tanongin.
Salamat mga kababayan. No, but I think the community here in DC is amazing. I think there was a great atmosphere for both players, and I'm really happy with my win today.
You were down a set, down a break. Things were not looking great there for a second. You walked over and had a conversation with your coach. I want to know what he said to you that turned things around in that second set.
He said that, just I have to keep going because if I'm there every ball, I'll have my chances. And I did. Like always, he's right.
Because Filipinos are everywhere. That's why, okay. So, okay, I get it. It's not about being proud to be Filipino. It's because everywhere may Pinoy. So, everywhere popular ka. If you're Pinoy also. And they support you. Is that it?
Next up, you play the defending champion, Eala Fernandez, also very similar player to you, lefty. You have played her this year. How are you going to turn things around and what do you expect in that match?
I think it's going to be a very tough match for me. Eala is such an amazing player and an amazing person as well. So I think right now my first priority is to recover, take care of my body so that I can arrive in the best shape possible to compete. Yeah.
Well, from all the fans here, Alex Eala through to the second round here in Washington. Congratulations.
W Alex. Okay, then here we go. More about Alex here. Dang it. Let me turn off my ad blocker, chat. So Alex Eala here. The cool thing here is that Eala Fernandez, I hear, is the current champion of the Washington Open. Tama ba? The DC Open. The Mabadala DC Open. Tinalo niya yung defending champion dun, which I feel is cool. What is Eala Fernandez's current ranking? She is... Phil-Canadian siya? Si Eala Fernandez? That's cool. Quebec? Ecuador? Her mother Irene is Filipino-Canadian. She is world number... It says here, highest ranking 13, current number 22. Neat. Si Alex Eala. Has she moved up the ranks? Shout out, DC. Taga DC nga pala si Tough Nuff chat. So, singles. 28. Wow! Hey, check this out, chat. She's world number 28. I can't... Can you imagine being number 28 in the world on anything? This to me is always the thing that boggles my head. Like, even if you're number 100 in the world, imagine being the top 100 tennis player in the entire world, man. Like, that's so cool. But she's number 28. Can you imagine? Like, only 27 people, according to the ranking, are better than her. Like, I think sometimes we get lost with the numbers. We forget how impressive, being ranked that high is when we're talking about the entire world. Okay, lighter topics na tayo, chat. I don't think we have any other heavy topics. I think after Cara David, it's all just memes here. All memes. Nakuha na ng video si Lakpue, isang released Philippine Eagle sa Leyte habang tahimik na umiinom ng tubig sa isang ilog. Hey! Is the Philippine eagle bigger than the American bald eagle? I'm curious, because as far as I know, the Philippine eagle is a large species of birds. Not as big as an ostrich, but it's it's considered to be a large eagle. Ano size nito? Philippine eagle versus American eagle, American bald eagle. I wonder, just for the sake of it, which one is bigger? Philippine eagle grows up to mas malaki. Mukhang mas malaki, 3.35, wingspan of 8 feet. Bald eagle seems to be just, about the same, but with the lower end being 6 feet yung wingspan, 2.3. Yeah, generally mas malaki ang Philippine eagle. Curious. And it's such a beautiful creature, by the way, the Philippine eagle, chat. I once did a deep dive on Philippine eagles. They're just so beautiful. Let's look at one picture. Any picture. God, look at that. It's like a lion except eagle form. Ganda, no? Like, man, that's a beautiful looking bird. Happy to say that no, I'm not happy to say it's still critically endangered. Dati endangered lang to ah. Ngayon critically endangered na. Damn. Okay. Let's move on. Cara David. So for those who don't know, recently, Cara David, Cara David has always been fantastic at her job. One of Hall of Famer journalist, that's for sure. But I think one of the issues lately is that despite Cara David's reputable work and documentaries, her and Ivana Alawi won the same awards. And now they do very different content. Ivana Alawi, of course, online content. And she does a lot of entertainment. Whereas ito si Cara David does documentaries and social issues. So, medyo naging issue on the internet that they both got the same award na Best Public Service Host at the FAMAS. Controversial? I would say perhaps, but at the same time, we're talking about, it's like apples to oranges, right? It's not like Ivana Alawi does documentaries. It's not like she does she tackles deep social issues within the Philippines. Her content is totally different. But so now the question is, does her style of content deserve Best Public Service Host? Maybe not. Maybe not. If we're giving the same award to somebody who works as hard and yes, if we're giving the same award to somebody who works as hard as Cara David does on her documentaries and social issues, I don't think the same award should be given to a person who does something that's completely different. Okay? I don't think it's okay. That's my take here. But so Cara David was asked directly, and this is what Cara David said.
FAMAS.
Oh, FAMAS.
Nag-type kayo ni Ivana, maingay ito. May mga nagsasabi halimbawa na dapat hiwalay ang...
I wonder if she's going to give a PR answer or if she's going to be a little bit more strong with whatever she's going to respond. Let's see.
Online content creators at ang mainstream journalists at marami pang iba.
Ako nire-respeto ko yung iba't ibang platforms, nire-respeto ko at natutuwa ako na maraming iba't ibang tao na gumagamit ng kapangyarihan ng storytelling para makatulong sa iba.
Okay, wait. That's the PR answer. Are we gonna hear a but? Let's see.
Okay.
So, I acknowledge na iba-iba tayo ng platform. So, iba yung platform ni Ivana, iba yung platform ko, iba yung platform ng iba't ibang tao.
I get it.
Sana lang, pag nag-public service talaga tayo, it's really for the public, not for ourselves.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Oh, up? Nasa dulo yung sipa. Like, I respect all platforms, right? Pero sana kung public service, talagang para sa public. Let's see that again. That was a good... She caught me in the first half or in the first 90%.
Tutuwa ako na maraming iba't ibang tao na gumagamit ng kapangyarihan ng storytelling para makatulong sa iba.
Okay.
So, I acknowledge na iba-iba tayo ng platform. So, iba yung platform ni Ivana, iba yung platform ko, iba yung platform ng iba't ibang tao.
I get it.
Sana lang, pag nag-public service talaga tayo, it's really for the public, not for ourselves.
Ooh, what's up, Art of Day? I salute, what's this? I salute Cara David for being tactful but not sugarcoating it. So yeah, she did give a strong answer, huh? For public service, Ivana is for poverty porn. No. Let's not talk about that. That's already ad hominem. Walang credibility ang FAMAS. Yo, chat. There's a Reddit thread that covered every single celebrity who did brand deals, who did gambling brand deals. And I'm telling you, it might be easier to name celebrities who didn't do them. Sobrang dami. As in, nagulat ako. Like, some of them I even forgot na nag-gambling brand deal pala or casino brand deal. But there are a lot of them. Very few who didn't, because I feel like during the pandemic there weren't many mainstream brands who would do brand deals. And so celebrities who, I mean, don't get me wrong, during the pandemic, maraming brand deals with creators. Right? Because a lot of their budgets, a lot of these marketing budgets for brand deals, for brands that are normally for traditional marketing, napunta lahat for influencer marketing during the pandemic. Because why will I spend money on a billboard if I could just pay 10 creators that same amount of money? People are on their phones, at home all the time, mas malayo mararating ng pera ko. So as far as the budget goes for influencer marketing, tumaas. But the thing is, these budgets, celebrities, that doesn't meet the celebrity standard. Like, I'm not gonna accept that kind. As a celebrity, I'm not gonna accept influencer budgets. I'm gonna accept celebrity budgets. And I think that wasn't a lot during the pandemic. And so a lot of these celebrities accepted casino/gambling brand deals. Yeah, I don't want to do it. I don't want to show it. You could just check out memes and links. But they are a lot, chat. Like, I'm just looking at it right now. I did not think they did it, man. Wow. Even those who I thought would never do it, did it. Anywho, let's move on. Cara David. Okay, is Mock here? Is Mock here because I have a question. May napapansin ako. Cara David receives warm appreciation from PAL Express crew during Manila Cagayan de Oro flight. Miss Cara David, by the way, PAL is Philippine Airlines. So, lumipad si Cara David from Manila to Cagayan and nakakuha siya ng letter. Miss Cara David, maraming salamat sa iyong tapat na serbisyo at walang kinikilingang paghatid ng balita. Isa kang inspirasyon sa bawat Pilipino, mabuhay ka. It's an honor to have you on board. PR2533, and then ito yung names ng mga captains, first officer, our flight attendants, and I'm not sure what FS means. I think it might mean flight steward. Flight attendant, flight steward. I have questions here. Sana makita natin si Mock because I have a question I think only Mock can answer. But for now, we can move on. Maybe next time na makita natin si Mock. I have a good question for Mock bilang VP siya ng PAL. Okay, only teacher in Mataas Elementary School in Bakakay, Albay kept isolated school alive for 12 years. W teachers. For 12 years, he kept an island school running almost alone as its teacher, principal, custodian, and guard. I hope to live a life that's half as meaningful as this guy is living. Man, can you just imagine? Once nahanap mo yung purpose mo, no? It's hard to be any more fulfilled than that. Sir Efren Bino is a hero. He first started teaching at Mataas Elementary School in Bakakay in 96 and spent the next 12 years as its lone teacher. My God, from 96 to 2008? According to the article, he handled pupils from different grade levels while also taking on the duties of a school head, property custodian, and security guard while facing a daily 8-kilometer commute. 8 kilometers is QC to Makati, if I'm not mistaken. Daily 8-kilometer commute and a 40-minute, okay, that takes the cake. A 40-minute boat ride before ultimately deciding to just stay inside the school during weekdays. More than just fulfilling all of the above, he also helped secure sponsors for the construction of 2 new classrooms. The school later gained, wow, that's nuts. Island school na secure siya ng sponsors. So, the school later gained more teachers and classrooms, but it was Sir Efren who kept the kids of that isolated island hopeful. We need more people like Sir Efren Bino. Good teachers, genuine and passionate, both inside and outside the classroom, are the lifeblood of a well-functioning society. This is so fucking true, chat. Unfortunately, they remain overworked and underpaid, which is telling considering the state of the country. His story is inspiring, pero bakit umabot sa ganito? Yeah. Akalain mo gobyerno pa ng Norway nagbigay ng suporta? Oh my God. Wow. Yun yung sponsorships. Yun yung 2 schools. Ang sumuporta pa sa school na to, taga Norway. 100% powered by solar energy. Does it say a year? No year, but Norwegian embassy. Wow. He takes a 40-minute boat ride probably from his own pocket. While the education secretary flew miles and miles here and there on taxpayers' money while accomplishing absolutely nothing. Yeah, man. That's why I could never get mad at teachers for picking a totally different career path. Because if you think about it, outside of the passion to mold kids' lives, what else is there if it's not that? It's definitely not the money. Definitely not job security either. Right? Like, what else is there? And then, kids come and go. They go through the next grade level, just going through school. And then, end of the day, it's a thankless job being a teacher. But we don't realize it, how much it really affects us growing up. Roll call, chat. Do you know your teachers? Like, I have a question. If I asked you to name every single homeroom advisor you've had, will you be able to name them? I'm curious. If I asked you to name every single teacher that you've had, that's cool. That's cool. Some of you do. Some of you don't. But I want to give a huge shout out to mine. So in nursery, when I studied nursery, I had Mrs. Santos. Prep, I had Mrs. De Mesa. Grade 1, I had Miss Dizon. I mean, a lot of these are now Mrs., right? Iba, hindi na sila Miss. Grade 2, Miss Quintanar. Grade 3, Miss Trinidad. Grade 4, Mr. Peñaranda. Grade 5, Miss Garcia. Grade 6, Mr. Peleo. Grade 7, Father... Shit! I don't know my grade 7 teacher. Father something. First year high school, I had Mrs. Solmirin. Second year high school, I had Mr. Apo. Third year high school, I had Mr. Santos. Fourth year high school, I had Brother Ong. Who the heck is my teacher grade 7, man? That's what I don't remember anymore. Sino yung teacher ko ng grade 7? Anyway, shout out to those teachers, man. Oh, I can only do first names for some. I can't do first names for all. Happy, man. Happy. Yo, I didn't go to senior high, man. I never made it to K to 12. I never made it to K to 12. I think when I graduated, the 4 batches below me yung K to 12. That's the first batch, I think, of K to 12. Okay, ito. Nagutom at dugyot na packer. I usually order our stock sa pantry sa Shopee kasi mas mura with vouchers. I've been telling you, chat. Order from these e-commerce apps. Mga groceries nyo, mas mura talaga. Pero ngayon lang ako naka-experience ng ganitong kadugyot na tampered parcel. Binawasan na nga ng 2 yung Quake overload, iniwan pa yung basura sa loob ng box. Never again. Dang. Grabe ka naman, Hans. Nung high school ako, kalalabas pa lang nung colored TV. So may colored TV na. That's true, JR. That's the ano. I mean, to be fair, correct ka dyan. Kasi 'di ba nagpapa-deliver ako ng beverages. So I had a 6-pack of light beer delivered to me, and 2 of the cans had dents on them. So that kind of sucked, honestly. I-report mo yan sa Shopee for unsanitary, disgusting, and unsafe and health hazard reasons. Okay, just memes now, chat. You guys know na iba na ang structure ng senior high. I'm from second batch of senior high and now wala na. Whoa, wala na? Wala nang mga, what do you call that? Tracks? Wala nang fields. Wala nang, what do you call that word, Jaken? Track ba yun? Or field? Track and field. There's a word they call for it. Strand. Yeah. Strand. Wala nang strands. That's nuts. Ano na lang yung meron? Yeah, unfortunately, Jakin, na ano kayo, na ginawa nga kayong experimental. 2 na lang yung strand. Ano na lang yung mga strand, June? Yun na nga, ano nang meron? Academic and something? Huh? I would think at least hard science like STEM and maybe humanities, right? Arts and Tech Pro? The fuck? What is that even supposed to mean? Academic and Tech Pro? Huh? So what if you like math? It doesn't make sense. Academic and Tech Pro, how is that? Isn't it supposed to be encompassing? Those 2 strands should cover most of people's interests. Wow. 2 strands in senior high school. Academic and Tech Pro? Huh? Instead of fixed strands, students now choose flexible clusters of electives. In the academic track, it focuses on college preparation, higher educational readiness, and specialized academic disciplines through... may electives pa rin naman. Chat, may electives pa rin. So basically, you only have 2 tracks, yung academic track or Tech Pro, pero may mga elective clusters pa rin. Like academic electives, STEM, business and entrepreneurship, art, social sciences, humanities. And then ito yung clusters ng Tech Pro, hospitality, tourism, ICT support, agri-fishery business, and industrial technology. So may ano naman. So may tracks pa rin naman, quote unquote. The old system used 4 distinct tracks. Academic, TVL, sports, arts and design split into rigid named strands. Ngayon, streamlined into 2 main tracks with reduced core subjects and customizable electives. I think it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Goodbye, strands. Yep, I see it. My Google's just taking forever to load. My Chrome is just taking forever to load. That's why I can't show you yet, chat. Yep. But yeah, may strands pa rin naman. Okay. Let's wrap this up with a couple of memes here, chat. I know, sobrang back in my day na tayo. Like, that's why if you say first year high school, bro, the fuck is first year high school if you tell that to a kid? Para sa kanila, ang first year high school would be 9th grade. So 9th grade, 10th grade, yun ang freshman, sophomore. 11, 12 would be junior, senior. And then overall, 9th and 10th grades are called junior high. 11th and 12th grades are called senior high. See? I know. Para kapag may kinakausap ako, kaya ko pang makirelate. 3/10 for you, JR. That's nuts. Even I didn't give this score that low. But I have one thing to say to you, JR. Okay. Chat, if you're not looking at your screens right now, I want to urge you to look at your screens because I cannot read or else risk being banned the words that are at the following slide. I can read this caption, but you're gonna have to read the next slide. Caption says, yung nagtitingin ako ng mga lumang pictures ng lola ko na natago ni Mamba way back in 1980s, tas biglang may letter sa likod. So, this looks like a photo of lolo way back in the Can you imagine yung lolo niya, 1980s, ito yung itsura. Must be a young family. And then, anyway, ito yung letter, ito yung picture, ito yung letter sa likod na kayo ang magbabasa. Dear Linda, mahal kita. Basahin nyo na lang yung sumunod dun. What did you say, Lolo? Tingnan nyo naman. I'm not sure if the dear here is a typo or just bad penmanship. To be that upfront, huh? Poetic and romantic at the same time. Oh, naman. Would you think, chat, I have a question. If it was in reverse order, you think it would have a different impact? Dear Linda, blank kita, mahal kita. I think you gotta front load it, huh? Kailangan mo i-front load yung sweet words, no? Pag inuna mo kasi yung isa, parang bastos ka eh. Diba? Manyak! Pangit! Manyak ka kapag inuna mo yung itong can, 'di ba? Pero kapag front load mo yung pagka-sweet mo, I feel like it becomes a little bit more justifiable. Yeah, yung Dear DIR. I knew it. I thought this was funny. Like, ang random nito. What did the comments here say? Let's read a few. Tibay ni Lolo, basang-basa si Lola. What the fuck? Wait, what? Basang-basa o basang-basa? Oh my God. Tibay ni Lolo. Chad, which one is it? Basang-basa si Lola or basang-basa? Ano ulit? Basang-basa or basang-basa? Basang-basa or basang-basa? Oh my God. Realizing that there are two identical ways to say this shows me how Filipino phonetics can sometimes be difficult, huh? 1980s daw. Basang-basa, basang-basa. Galing, no? Can you imagine, chat? That's really cool, huh? Na tayo, like whenever we look at Vietnamese accents and umlauts in their, wala naman yata umlaw yung Vietnamese language, but di ba, tayo rin may ganun eh, no? And we don't even have the accents on top of these letters. We just know how to say it. Basang-basa, basang-basa. Basa ng basa. Sa kababasa, ang sobrang basang-basa. Buti pa sila nadidiligan. Oh my God. Redditors, man. Iba talaga mga kabataan nun. Okay. What's this? Sa'yo na daw sukli, te.
Buksan mo. Ay, apat na.
Gawa niya lang? Gawa niya.
Scam! Yo! Scam! What the hell?
Buksan mo.
Although I think they knew already. Kasi buksan mo. And I feel like they were giving the food away. I don't know. Or it was a planned video.
Buksan mo.
Scam! Fake money. Original art. Lugi pa si kuya. Buti keep the change, hindi give the change. Okay. Welcome to my kingdom. What is this? Region, Caraga, Alegria Nacional. Term 1, learners' names. El Kings Oliver, Prince Aaron, Prince Reynan, Hannah Queen, Princess Jasmine, Princess Christian, Princess Charishane, Princess Aigain, Princess Colleen, Royal Princess, Princess Jaja. Kulit. Identical names, baby. Good morning, Your Majesties. Each gender has its own king and queen. And mind you, nasa unahan pa pareho ng list. Oo nga, no? That's cool. King and queen. Okay. Fair. Okay, question before we move on, chat. If you were to name your kid, what name would it be? I know, Peyton Joe. The wordplay there. What would you name your kid? I have a couple of names in mind. I just can't think straight right now, but I do have a couple of names in mind. I like the word Andy. I'd name my kid Andy, chat. Andy. If it was a boy, it would be Andy with a Y. If it was a girl, it would be Andy with an I. Again, I'm avoiding names with S. Amisha Clementine. King Carlos. I would... Okay, go ahead, LJ. I also want the name Matty. Matti. Matty, Andy. What other names are cool? Andromeda. Okay, I see ya. What other names? Prudence is also a pretty good name, but I feel like Prudence, that kid will get bullied in school. Prudence yung pangalan niya. Yeah, anything without an S. Oh, no. Wala namang kinalaman kay Kuya Andy. But now that you mentioned it, Levy, Count Dracula, I don't know about that name, though. It might turn them into, something weird. If yun yung pangalan. Plato? Ed? Ed? I like Ed. I feel like it's the easiest name. Covidan. Well, I'm not gonna lie. If nagkaroon man ako ng anak nung lockdown, chat, 100%. Pangalan nun, Covidovidapdap. I'm thinking of another name. There's another name that I like. Cadence is nice. Oh my god, Cadence. More than Prudence, I like Cadence. Cadence is a nice name. Right? Like, Cadence, ganda nung name. May S nga lang. Like, it's a C, but it's, you know. Nasan si Covita? Hindi, yung akin Covidovidapdap eh. Yo! That's cool, LJ. You're Jorel. And then you named your son Kalel. Yeah, that's cool. Jorel. Tapos yung anak mo, Kalel. That's cool, LJ. That's really sweet too. That's cool and sweet, actually. What name would I like to? Here I am, chat, daydreaming about baby names. Yun nga, Covidovidapdap Benipayo. Walang hit sa NBI yon, sigurado na ako. Biglang meron. Okay. Thank you for dropping your ideal kid names, chat. I'll be keeping you accountable here in the future kapag nagkaanak kayo at wala dito sa listahan. Like, I swear, June, if I don't see you name your kid Count Dracula, I'd think you're lying right now. Bronson Kane. Sounds like a wrestler. Not just because of the word Kane, but kind of sounds like a tough dude. Okay, what is this? Ate? Mali. And then we have a list of different beverages with the amount of sugar per beverage. Di na ako iinom niyan. Ganyan pala karaming You read it, chat. Hold up. I can't believe this, though. Delight has 68 grams of sugar. I don't buy that. I don't even buy that Coca-Cola has 35 grams of sugar. I don't think that's true. Coke has 35 grams? Coca-Cola nutrition facts. I know it's much lower now. It's lower now because they use high fructose corn syrup. 39 grams of sugar? 35. What? That's crazy. Anyway, a lot of sugar, chat. Be careful out there, lalo na if you are diabetic or you have a predisposition to the disease. You gotta watch your sugar intake and keep being active. Remember, diabetes type 2 is acquired. It's not like type 1 that's genetic. And oftentimes, you acquire type 2 diabetes from inactivity. Yeah, that's true, Jay. I've heard of that too. Ganyan kababa sugar content ng Chucky. 14.7. Okay, what's this? Nak. Last meme and thread for the night. Nak, 3 oras nang nakalipas, wala ka pa ring work? Congrats, anak. Bukas maghanap ka na ng trabaho. Oh, man. Xavier University, Ateneo de Cagayan. Now, I feel like, okay, to be fair, I do think nantitrip lang yung tatay niya. But the sad reality here is that, yeah, it is satire. I do feel like Roland Rodriguez, satire lang to. But the sad reality here is, of course, marami ring mga Filipino families na talagang gusto lang nilang makapag-graduate na yung anak nila para makapaghanap na ng trabaho at masustentohan yung pamilya or makatulong. Which, you know, is the reality. But it's very unfortunate that kids are placed in a situation where they have to take care of their parents financially. When, of course, it should be the other way around, right? Like you brought another human into this world. Why are they the ones looking out after you? Easy for me to say this because I grew up privileged in this way that I never had to send financial help sa family ko, and that also they never asked anything from me. So I just want to put it out there na I'm speaking from a place of privilege, but I also understand na reality to, and sana hindi ito yung nangyayari, 'di ba? I mean, again, this one is satire, but I'm talking about when it's real shit. Okay? Congrats, anak, katapusan mo na. Yeah, malapit na ROI sa investment sa retirement fund. General Torre. Masyadong atat. Yeah, I don't like this mindset too. It's just the reality that we have, man. Masakit, diba? I mean, what are the kids supposed to do too? It's easy to ask the kid to fend for themselves, and that, you know, the idea is that it is not our moral. I saw a Reddit thread last week. It is not our moral responsibility. Let's see if I can find it. Hold on. Let me look at my history and not show you. Here. Kind of reminds me of this one, right? Your parents' lack of retirement planning is not your moral obligation. Eto na naman po tayo. Random thoughts lang habang tinitingnan ko yung breakdown ng sahod ko for this month. If our and then I don't really want to read all of that. If our parents didn't prepare a retirement plan, it is not our moral obligation to sacrifice our entire youth to fix it. Sa mga kapwa ko breadwinners or designated tagasalo ng pamilya, paano nyo pinapanindigan boundaries nyo nang hindi kinakain ng matinding guilt? Hirap, di ba? Because it's not as easy as saying no, drawing the line, setting boundaries. It's much more complex than that. It's cultural too. But it's hard for me to relate and speak from where I'm at because I can only read this but not really be able to empathize. But yeah, chat. Ang sakit lang na nangyayari ito sa iba. Alright. Anything else you want to talk about before we end tonight's stream? Wala tayong stream tomorrow, okay? No stream tomorrow because we will be... No stream tomorrow because we will be at the VinFast event. They're finally gonna launch the e-motorbikes officially. So I'm excited for that. Electric motorbikes are finally gonna find their way into the Philippine market. What towel is this again? Did I return? Yeah, I returned the car already. Medyo bad trip nga ako eh. Kasi I requested na sana 9 a.m. po i-pick up. And then tumawag yung intercom. Sir, may magpipick up po dito. It woke me up. And then when I looked at the time, it was barely 8 a.m. I think it was like 7:45, 7:50. So, after that, syempre, medyo mahirap na makatulog. I'm not sure if I want to vlog the event tomorrow, but I will take some photos and videos, post it on my stories, and share it with you on Monday. But, vlog, nah. Oh my God, JR. How does it feel? May photos ba tayo, JR? Chat, 2 more subs on Twitch so we can hit 10 subs. Sa mga may Amazon Prime dyan, it's a free sub on Twitch. Give me Amazon's money. That's like 28 pesos for me. Don't worry, Shadowblade. I'll take enough videos so that I can share it with you on Monday. I just won't be posting everything. But then again, I might be. Because I will be taking content. I need to be posting about the electric motorbikes. Ito yung towel. The 5K towel. Jesus Christ, this is 5K? What is this? Egyptian cotton? My God. What a towel. The towel brand. Are you ready for your vacation? Naked lass? Have a blissful day. Probably Egyptian cotton. Woven by the prince himself. Pangit daw yung towel mo, Shadow, JR. I think it's the feel, right? I think it's probably the feel, the make. I don't know about you, chat, but I feel like this is just the towel of JR's pay grade. You know what I mean? Na sometimes you just get to a certain level of wealth where you're like, I want to buy a towel, but make it 5K. Like, we're not supposed to understand. That's the thing, though, chat. With these kinds of things, we're not supposed to understand. But it is the way that it is. Probably as gold. What's up, Philip? Okay, anything else for tonight, chat? I know. Sana all afford ang 5K na towel. Things you buy when you're bored. JR, bored ka ba ngayon? JR, bored ka ba ngayon? Paabutin naman natin to ng 121, JR, oh. Chat, do you think JR's bored right now? I think JR's bored right now. I feel like JR can probably drop a 5 gifted. I don't know. JR, chat, I think JR is bored. I truly think JR is very bored right now. As in, hindi ko alam what JR could be doing when JR is this bored, chat. Right? I feel like JR is bored as hell. The link is in here. Hold up. Let me look for the link. sent the link sa GC. I can't find it. I can't find the link. Maybe it was censored by the bot. Here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bamboo cotton towel. 620k HKD. Oh my god, man. I swear, if this towel doesn't clean me properly, I'm gonna get mad. There you go. It's a plush 500 to 600 GSM weave. Quick drying and odor resistant. Wow. Made in Turkey. Jeez. Did you have it personalized? Insulting ang 5? Wait. What are you saying, insulting ang 5? Yo, chat. JR is up to something here. Insulting daw ang 5 gifted kapag bored. Let's go! Yo, chat. W's in the chat. W's in the chat for JR. What a way to end tonight's stream. Pag bored daw, insulting ang 5. Alright, we see you, JR. We see what you're trying to do. Thank you so much for that, JR. Let's go! Kumakanta ba ng Hallelujah yung towel? Feeling ko, no, at this point. Nayad. Let's go, JR. You the best. Wait, but I'm genuinely curious. What kind of... How did they describe this? Bath towel. In the rush of city life, the shower is my sanctuary. It's the one place where the noise fades and my thoughts can flow freely. It's both my calm and my creativity. I've always believed the ritual that important deserves the perfect ending. I have always believed a ritual that important deserves the perfect ending. A towel that feels like a warm hug. I love thin bamboo towels that are hygienic and absorbent, but they're not always cozy. I also love plush cotton towels that feel luxurious for a moment, but they often stay damp and can get musty. So here it is. The Naked Lab Towel is a perfect blend of performance and luxury. Bamboo plus cotton. They do say, chat, that bamboo is good fabric because it's not derived from plastic. Jesus, though. Wow. This is so interesting. I wonder if I've ever experienced a bamboo cotton towel na hindi ko lang alam na bamboo cotton yun. Yo, chat. I feel like the team was shaking in their boots as this model was wiping the towel against her makeup. Because that's gonna be permanent, right? Kaya kailangan, ganun lang. Look at that. Did she make it even hit her skin? Yeah. Oh my God. Pero hindi niya pwede i-rub. Because, she's wearing makeup, obviously. If that gets onto the towel, that's a ruined towel. And they can't use a fake towel either. Jeez. Okay. But that's it for tonight. I'll see you on Monday. Thank you so much, JR, for the 10 gifted. Thank you to my cousin, Tofnuff, for the Tier 2 membership. Thank you to Izover for becoming a member as well. I appreciate you. And memberships really, really help our community. Speaking of, I hope to see you on our August 8th hangout over at Hobby Studio. Erod QC, 4 p.m. It's going to be super fun. Board games, Netflix, drinks, food. Sign-up sheets are in our Discord. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.